All right, I think we figured it out now. Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Take two. Um, I realized what it was. My monitor here that I'm watching, um, the volume, like I silenced the video volume, but the volume on the monitor itself was turned like all the way up. So it was like way interfering. It was ridiculous. So I figured it out. And there we go. Now it's muted. Now we know it's perfect. All right. So, oh, shnikes. Sorry about that first try. That was ridiculous. Like I said, welcome back. Let's talk some AEW. Take two. All Out. This was absolutely cuckoo. Start to finish. And then 3/4 of the way through this, I realized that I forgot to do predictions for the tag team match. And I was like, wait, I'm looking at my notes. I'm like, I didn't pick anyone. Styles and I completely forgot. And he had the card in front of him too. So we're both to blame for that. It was really kind of a funny botch on my part. But I've done that before. You know, you have a long card. You're going through everything. You're talking a billion things. You forget stuff. So, yeah, I realized that. So my apologies. Not a big deal, though. Because that show, jeez Louise, just tore the house down. We got some surprises. That's right, Critical Sting. Take two. I think we're good now. Man, let's talk about those ladies. Now, some of them weren't in the ring very long, but we got some notable surprises in there. One rumored one was Tennille Dashwood. You know, so a lot of people are wondering if there's some like new thing going on between Impact Wrestling and AEW, and I'm not going to focus on that for this. But the conversation is out there. They obviously worked out something because Tennille Dashwood is a significant name to be featured in this. I'm guessing a lot of those women are going to get signed. I could be wrong. You know, we'll find out in the weeks and months to come how many of those women are actually going to get signed. But let's go over the list here. I believe I got everyone here. And this is one of the few that I got right. Critical Sting says not people are saying she isn't signed with Impact. Oh, now people are saying that. Yeah, she is. Yeah, she is. You know, one thing we don't know is how long the deal is. I'm guessing it's at least a year. Okay. And it's to prove herself. You know, because she hasn't been. You know, when she was with Ring of Honor, she was out for a majority of it. She was in a couple matches, I think. I don't think she had too many matches. So, yeah. But she was featured here. She did not win. My pick out of all these women, out of the 21, 22, whatever it was, out of all these women, my pick won. I picked Nyla Rose. I'm like, I'm just going to keep picking her for matches until she wins. She won. And I'm going to jump ahead here because the next one, Rio versus Hikaru Shida, and I got that one wrong for the pick. I got most of these wrong for the pick. Got a few of these right. Got the champ right. Hey, not bad. So we're going to get Rio versus Nyla Rose on the first television taping. My guess is it's going to headline the first episode. That's my guess. And it should. It should. Because they have the balls to pull it off with class and do it well. Unlike some others that just never use their ladies. Let's go over these names real quick. I'm not going to go down order of elimination, but some of these names are really fun and significant. That first batch of women that was out there. Well, first of all, I want to say that Golden Boy and Excalibur were calling the action until the main show. Then we had JR out there. Nyla Rose, Fabi Apache from AAA. Nice to see. Priscilla Kelly also had a feeling she was going to be there. Didn't predict it, though, but she is Darby Allin's wife, just in case you don't know. So I'm hoping she gets signed. I know some people don't like her because of the controversial things she's doing. If she gets signed by, AEW and gets put on television on TNT, I can guarantee you she's not going to be doing any. I don't know what the hell they call the stunt she pulled with the tampon or whatever. I can guarantee you they won't have her be doing any of that stuff. She got her name out there. She got some attention. Not a lot of positive stuff, but she got some attention. Critical Sting thing, he's calling it early. He thinks Rio wins this. Ooh, I don't know. Yeah. So Shida is the one that's signed, but Rio wins. Okay, then. Well, things change. From what I heard, is Rio is signed for 5 dates. She's been on each one, so she's been on what, 3? Would we have 3 or no? No, this is the 4th one. How many have we had? It's late. I'm really freaking tired. We had Double or Nothing, Fighter Fest, Fight for the Fallen, and this one. I think she's been on all of them. So she's been on 3 or 4 of them. So then she's obviously going to go for the championship, which could be her last one. I'm not sure. But contracts can change. You never know. We'll find out soon enough this fall. So yeah, Fabi Apache, Nyla Rose, Priscilla Presley. Very excited to see her. She is a good women's wrestler. Leva Bates, the librarian. Everybody loves the librarian. Wink, wink. And now I don't know if I got this right. Shalandra Rose. I'm not sure if I wrote that down right. I'm not sure who that is. So a couple of these girls, I'm not sure who they were. Next group was Penelope Ford was out there. She hasn't been featured a lot, So and I know there's stuff with her and Joey Janela, some drama. So hopefully that doesn't affect contracts and matches and stuff. Shaza McKenzie, she was featured in an article or something on social media. Sadie Gibbs made a debut. Big Swole made her debut. Britt Baker, 100%, looked great out there. Bea Priestley in the next group. Awesome Kong, Brandy Rhodes coming out with her. Evil Lise and Tennille Dashwood. Last group, Teal, Piper, Jazz, Nicole Savoy. It was great to see Nicole Savoy out there. I know she was she was in that the women's thing in the WWE. Wow, I'm really drawing a blank here. The Mae Young Classic. She was in one of those, and then she was also featured on Wow. I want to say Wow TV and also Ring Warriors. So she's been in a few things. So great to see her. We'll see if she gets signed. ODB and Allie. The Joker. Oh, what a pop. So excited for this. Mercedes Martinez. Man, she needs a contract. She seriously needs a contract. I'm hoping they sign her. Tremendous women's veteran. I haven't seen a crap ton of her matches, but I know she's good. She had that hour-long match with Tessa Blanchard, a year ago in Rise? Something like that. Critical Sting says, how the fuck was Charlotte not there? She left just to stay indie? She was at StarCast. One of my old podcast buddies who's been on here before, Charlie from the 2 Count, got a picture taken with her. So I'm sure she was present, but maybe just not booked. And they might have had a lot of these figured out before all the stuff with her happened. Who knows? Everybody was at StarCast. Yeah, there was a lot of names there. I don't think there was as many names as there were maybe at one of the first couple. It was like an absolute ridiculous amount of names. There might have been less this time. I didn't hear as many names featured and thrown out there. I think more attention was put on like the panels and stuff like that. So yeah, great batch of women. This was a lot of fun. Would have loved to seen some of these women get a little more attention, but yeah, what do you know? Hopefully we'll find out, like I said, in the days, weeks and months ahead if some of these women get signed. And while I'm going through this, don't forget to smash that like button and smash that sub button. Next, we have tag team match. One of the like I said, this event was very tag team heavy, but it was great matches. It really was. Private Party versus Jack Evans and Angelico. Really establishing the babyface and heels here. Jack Evans from the Heavens beat up Private Party after Private Party won the match. Just a lot of fun. Everybody got their spots in. I love Private Party's signature moves and stuff. Orlo Myers, what is up? Thanks for joining. So yeah, they get attacked and they get helped out by Bryce, the ref. And then we get a promo right before the actual show starts. We get a promo for Wardlow. I've never heard of this guy. He's quite the beefcake looking guy. I wrote down beast. He looks like a beast. And I don't know who his valet was, the woman with him. That promo reminded me of Brian Cage's. Don't take this and they ripped it off. No. That's not what I'm saying. Just reminded me of Brian Cage's first promo before he debuted in Lucha Underground. That's what that reminded me of. Very cool. I liked it. Cinematic. Very cool. I hope they do more stuff like that. I love that cinematic look. So that's the buy-in, the pre-show. Private Party wins, and Nyla Rose wins the Women's Casino Battle Royal. And from there, it was all downhill. I barely got any of these matches right as far as my predictions. But man, these were, I didn't care. I didn't care. It was so fun to watch. We had SCU, and that always pumps up the crowd real good. People start bopping their heads. They're dancing. They chanted SCU. And the Jurassic Express comes out. Luchasaurus Man, that dude can move for 65 million years old. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. With Marco Stunt and Jungle Boy. So much fun. Um, First one, right off the bat. Boom. Wrong. James St. Patrick, what's happening? Thanks for joining so late on a Sunday night. SCU won this one. Was a little surprised. But, if you think about it, there's the team of Marco Stunt, Luchasaurus, and Jungle Boy have only been together for what, a cup of coffee. They say a cup of coffee. SCU's been tearing it up for years. So, in one fashion or another. Working the graveyard shift, bro. Oh man, I feel for you. That's a rough one. I did that for years, man. Stock and third shift. That's a bitch of a shift, man. I give you a lot of props. It's not easy, man. Not easy. You get it too sweet, brother. Marco runs. Sting with the shots. Heel Sting. Yeah, man. I love this team. They're so different. They're so goofy. Such a blast to watch. I mean, just it's something different, It's something fresh, something different. Next, we had what was potentially going to be, in my book, match of the night, which I would not surprised if some people actually did call this match of the night. I was blown away by this. If I was on the show that night, I would not want to follow this match. Kenny Omega versus Bastard Pac. Man, I'm not sure why I picked Kenny Omega. I think I picked Kenny Omega just because Styles did pick Pac, so I didn't want to. We'll get to that, Orlo. We'll get to that. Was Johnny Impact there? No, he was not. No. Kind of thought we'd get a few more surprises, but yes, James. Yes. And we'll get to that. That was one of the few big surprises we got. Hey, no CM Punk. What are you gonna do? I really thought he was gonna show. I figured they would tie it in to whoever was gonna win the championship somehow, some way. No CM Punk. He wasn't bullshitting. He said this afternoon. I watched it with my son. I watched his pay-per-view, and he said right off the bat, "I'm not showing up." And I'm like, psh, whatever, dude, bullshit. And he was for real, And that's not to say that they couldn't work something out someday. But for now, we wait till TV this fall, and they've got who they got, and they're going to unleash a whole bunch more names, Excuse me. Critical Sting says, kind of glad Punk and Tessa didn't make any appearance. Well, Tessa's, I have no doubt that Tessa is going to show up someday. She is AAA Women's Champion. So if there's an international event where AEW goes south of the border, don't be surprised if there's a Tessa crossover. Okay? Don't be surprised. I mean, she's certainly happy in Impact right now. You gotta think she is. But for now, it is what it is. And but Tully's there. So who knows? I don't know. Don't want to overthink that right now, though. We'll save that more for a discussion for another time. LAX, Evilise, and Mercedes means faction. Quite possibly. By the way, hello, Demon Rocks. How you doing? Not a bad idea. All right, let's keep going on this because it's late. I'm tired as hell. Next, oh my God. Like I said, man, this just got more and more insane. I didn't talk about Kenny Omega and Pac. Pac won the match. One of the best matches of the evening, in my opinion, in my professional podcasting opinion. Demon Rocks, you're spelling sometimes. My goodness. I thought you said Porno Rican. Jeez Louise. Just messing with you, man. Just messing with you. All love. Yeah, man. Pac versus Omega. This, I'm really kind of shocked this wasn't like higher up on the card. Like if it was up to me, I probably would have switched this one with the tag match with the Bucks and Lucha Bros. But they wanted to save the, Santana and Ortiz. They didn't call them LAX. LAX is a Impact Wrestling thing. They got the rights to that. So we'll see. I mean, for now, they're just Santana and Ortiz. We'll see if that changes in the future. Los Boricuas? Is that what that is? Did they call them that? It happened so fast. I mean, they were out there for a couple minutes, but I didn't catch it because I heard them say Santana Ortiz, and I was listening for LAX. I don't think they said LAX. I know they also go by EYFBO or something. They said a bunch of different. Yeah, I'd have to go back and look at it. Pretty cool though. They showed up in a Clinton mask and a Kennedy mask. I was like, oh my God, it's the ex-presidents. Point Break reference there if you're old enough to know what movie that is. Buy the rights like WWE did with Broken Matt Hardy. Yeah, I mean, Impact Wrestling lets you leave with a few things, who knows? But let's not overthink that right now. We'll discuss that more getting into the fall, and I'm sure we'll see more news on that. But let's get back into the. Sorry, silencing that. We had Darby Allin versus Jimmy Havoc versus Joey Janela. One of the few that I got right for the evening as far as picks. Jimmy Havoc, man, this match was sick. Start to finish. Tying up Jimmy Havoc and stuck tacks in his mouth. How long did he have tacks in his mouth? My God. 5-10 minutes? It was ridiculous. I don't know if I could keep something in my mouth that long. That's crazy. Especially tacks, for crying out loud. Jeez Louise. Tape over the mouth, taped up on the chair, can't move, leans back, and Darby Allin he didn't do a coffin drop. He did, a senton? I think he did a senton on top of him, and then that kind of freed him from the chair. That right there, just absolutely crazy. Skateboard with tacks on the bottom of it? What? Oh my God. Janela, crazy. Tables. Jimmy Havoc stapling himself. Like, come on. Oh my God. stapling himself. Good night, man. That just, yeah. I mean, I think I know I was gonna say I know I picked that one right, but man, he right right off the bat. No, Penelope is no longer with Joey in a relationship, but things change. You never know. They're good together. I hope they work stuff out. You know, I mean, he doesn't really go into a lot of private stuff online. So, but hey, you know, we always fight for love, right? We root for love. We hope love wins in the end, right? Those crazy kids. So yeah, Jimmy Havoc wins this one, and it just and the barrel shots, the freaking barrel shots. Oh my god, just ridiculous. I don't know how Darby Allin was walking out at the end there. Just any of those guys, my goodness, insane. So much fun though. I loved it. I know they were going to just destroy each other out there. Best Friends versus Dark Order. Another great tag team match. Man, I'm so glad that AEW and just everyone involved, they get tag team wrestling. They get it. And they put it out there. And it's good. Man, I really, I wish, sometimes you become a fan of a tag team or a wrestler, and you're like, man, I wish I was watching these guys for years because they're really good. I need to watch more of their stuff. That's how Dark Order is for me. I need to find more of their matches. Because I know they go way back. I wish we saw them in other places, like Impact Wrestling, but Impact Wrestling wasn't hitting the West Coast or wherever they all were. Canada, whatever. I don't know. Now Impact is all over Canada, so I tune out when I see the best friends. You don't like the Best Friends? That's all right. They're kind of new to me too. I like the gimmick. They did that in Japan. They kind of ripped that off of a New Japan. What they do, the pan out thing when they hug, but just it's cool that they still do that. I like it. Whatever. Good wrestlers, goofy. They bring a little comedy, which is important. He's the new Cactus Jack and Abyss. Yeah, right. Those crazy. You're talking about that triple threat I was talking about? Yeah. You'd like to see Conan come to AEW? Conan's all over the place. He's in AAA, he's in Impact. Had a lot of positive things about AEW to say recently. Oh my goodness. Don't get me started on it. Please don't get me started on it. Oh my God. Penelope is dating Shaza now? What? Is that legit, dude? Or are you just fucking with me? Is that really? Not a Chuck Taylor fan and don't care for the gimmick. It's all right. He's not the most exciting guy out there, but I think it's just one of those ones that now he's finally got some eyes on him because he's been in the Indies for so long, and who knows? Conan and MLW too, yeah. In my fantasy, she's Demon Rocks. Jeez Louise. No, she's dating Kip Sabian. Oh. Same company. Oh boy. Yeah. That's the traveling circus of professional wrestling, man. You just kind of latch onto someone and, it's. That's life. That's how it goes. Any wrestling circus there is, Vince's Circus, Impact Wrestling, whatever, they all got their couples, or flings or whatever. Yeah, it's life, They're looking for love. They got to stay out of trouble, keep busy, whatever. Rosemary is dating Andrew Everett. Okay, well, enough about the dating stuff, but thank you. Okay. I mean, Nikki Bella is dating some weird Russian, whatever. Okay, next. Uh, but she still cries about Cena, right? Yeah. Jiminy Christmas. Read that article recently. My God. All right. So Dark Order wins here. And they get the first bye in the first round of the tag tournament when it gets to TV within the first weeks when they start working on that. Orange Cassidy shows up. Freshly squeezed. Oh, man, did he get a pop? Did he get a pop? Does the, I don't know if these kids dive as like a big name to it or something. But I don't know how the hell he does that shit with his hands in his pockets. Crazy. Crazy athletic. I like, he's... so goofy. So he gets a spot, leaves with the best friends. They give him a hug. They exit. Hikaru Shida and Ryu. Man, they tore it up. Rio wins this one. Nyla Rose and Rio have a stare down. Guys, smash that like button if you're digging the look of the the AEW Women's Championship belt. Oh my goodness. It's basically a lot like the men's, but just a little more petite. But the bling on that thing, oh my goodness. By the way, if you have a chance, go watch Cody's thing that he did, the panel with Tony Schiavone. Very entertaining. He has a great story about how he got taken off the belt making committee for AEW. It's kind of funny. So it'll be interesting to see if he had anything to do with making the women's championship, because it's pretty loud, just like the regular one, They're being silent out of interest or Japanese culture. Are you talking about the crowd? I didn't really pay attention to the crowd that much. The crowd was decent. I tell you what, man, I was there last year, and that crowd was deafening. You watch the pay-per-view back like the next day or so. It doesn't give it justice watching that crowd in that place. I've heard what 11,000 people in that place sounds like when the volume is max, and you can't hear anything around you. Your ears are ringing. It's ridiculous. What you see on TV doesn't give it justice. So it's weird, You're like, oh, maybe they didn't get much attention. But, if you're sitting in a crowd, you could hear something completely different. That's kind of how it was for me. So, oh, pardon me. Belts are a lot better than WWE. Oh, don't even get me started on that. I was thinking about that during the show, like just the big W, God. Ric Flair is in the chat. Oh, my goodness. My man, the Enforcer AA. We're getting to it, Rick. We're getting to it. By the way, Rick, if you're not already, smash that like button and smash that sub button and ring that bell for notifications, Rick. If that really is you. We'll talk later. Thanks for showing up, though. Appreciate it. I know it's going to cost me an arm and a leg to, get Ric Flair to show up here on a regular basis. It's gonna drain the account. All right, so Rio wins. Stare down with Nyla Rose. They're kept keeping it under glass. No one touched it. Nyla kind of expected Nyla Rose to knock it over, grab it out of the glass, and take it and run with it or something. No, kept it conservative, just to stare down, licking her chops, ooh, I can't wait to eat, Rio for breakfast, because she's what did they say, 90 pounds? 90 pounds. Dear God. That's crazy. And she's been wrestling for over half of her life. Insane. 9 years old is when she started. Can you believe that? 9 years old. Unreal. Tremendous match, though. A lot of fun. These women, these women can go, man. I have not seen a bad women's match yet in this company. Rick, why the fuck did you trademark the man? Yeah, Rick, why? Because he is the man. Man. Woo. All right. Shawn Spears. Whew, those eyes. Those contact covered eyes. That was actually pretty badass. It really added a bit of heel charisma. I don't know. I guess you could say. Cody Rhodes got this one wrong. Excuse me. Really thought Shawn Spears was going to go over here. The way I booked this, played this out in my head. Did you watch Allie versus Leva? Yeah, it was all right. I'd have to watch it again. I don't remember anything specific from it, but yeah, I watched it. I don't think I watched it live. I had to go back and watch it after the thing was done, because it happened so fast. I walked out after the match, and then Allie showed up, and I missed it, or whatever happened. But yeah, it took like a minute something. Oh, are you saying that because I said that they haven't had a bad match yet? Okay. I'll have to watch that one again, I guess. You caught me. All right, so Rhodes versus Spears. Tremendous match. Great storytelling. I would have booked it different. I was really shocked that, I had it booked that MJF was going to turn on Cody at the end. I can't be the only one that thought that. I can't be. You thought MJF was going to turn on Cody too. See? Don't trust MJF for shit. See? Yeah. Man. And maybe they'll wait till TV to do this. But oh my God, because he's such an ass to everyone. Cody still says salt of the earth. Another great discussion from his panel with Tony Schiavone. Tony Schiavone can't stand him. Because he called him Rosie O'Donnell or something. Some shit. Oh my God. MJF is so bad. So bad. Ric Flair says Double A is going to end up with Tully. It's an old school swerve. See, yeah, I thought the whole thing was going to be, okay, let's get Tully out of there. Now it's just MJF out there, and MJF is going to turn on Cody. Because he grabbed that chair and he had that look in his eye. Go back and watch it. I was like, here it comes. He's going to hit Cody with the chair. Threw it away, gave him a hug. And I was like, shit. And I usually don't call stuff like that. I usually don't. But this one really made sense in my head. I'm like, oh, this is coming. I could smell this shit a mile away. Didn't happen. Funny. So MJF stays loyal to Cody Rhodes. Ric Flair says I might show up. Aren't you under WWE Legends contract, Flair? Just asking. Okay. Oh, Rick, you crack me up. Gotta love it. So Cody Rhodes wins this one. Surprise from old Arn Anderson. Spinebuster, classic. No one does okay, and this it's like if anyone does a Spinebuster now, no one gives a shit. But when you have a veteran like that go back and to someone who that was like a signature thing for them, then it's like awesome. And I'm glad that we had that spot, man. That was really cool. He can still go. I mean, that's a bump. That's $20,000 now. I'll see him Punk. You show where the money is, right? Flair is smart. He's a businessman. Next, we have the AAA Tag Team Championships, the ladder match. What did I call it? The ladder match of death? They call it the stairway to death? Whatever it was. Ladder match for the AAA Tag Team Championships. Lucha Brothers defending versus the Young Bucks. Oh my God. It's a good thing they're not doing TV right away because I don't know how the hell anybody is Escalera de la Muerte. Yes, that's the Spanish. Yes. Thank you. I don't know how anybody walked out of there. Seriously. How the hell was anybody walking out of there? I think they went through all the tables. They used all the ladders. No huevos. I think they destroyed their huevos. Destroyed all of them. That spot. I mean, people, when there's a table spot and they do something crazy, people pop, they go, yeah, that was awesome. More. That spot towards the end where Nick is supposed to go off the ladder through the tables that were next to each other, and he clipped. Thanks, Rick. Appreciate it. Can we get a pop for Rick? I'll pay you later. Nick clips a rope and just bullets. Then it just it just speared him even harder through the first table instead of like both tables breaking his fall. He just nosedived 100 miles an hour into that first table, and he didn't get up for at least 5-10 minutes, whatever it was. I was like, okay, he's dead. I hope it was worth it. So don't expect the what is it? Being the elite. Don't expect being the elite in 2 days. I'm not going to. Knowing them, they will definitely get one out and do like a highlight behind the scenes thing. But damn, That match was ridiculous. Props to all of them. Unbelievable. Insane. Lucha Brothers retain. I wrote down one word, insanity. What is insanity doing in Chicago? No, I'm kidding. It's not the group. It's not the group. Just friends with Brandy. I'm sure they're all going to be friends with Brandy. Got to kiss up to the boss. Got to get that. Got to get that TV time. Nick needs some milk. Oh, jeez. My only problem was that some of it was too choreographed. Yeah, some of it was like, like I said, they used all the freaking tables and all the ladders for all these spots. It was, yeah. They didn't have to, and some of it was, oh, well, this guy's over here. This guy's over here. So, the camera pans way back and you get the whole arena effect. So everyone, so yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I still loved it. It was insane. Lucha Brothers retain. Then the ex-presidents show. Wouldn't that be hilarious if they actually kept that gimmick? They come out with the ex-presidents matches, and they switch them up every once in a while. Like, oh, there's Nixon and Obama. I don't know. But that was hilarious. I'm like, oh my God, is that Clinton? Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Clinton has just entered the elite zone. Wait till they get to Arkansas. Son of a bitch. Hillary, get my swag. But I'm not so tired. It comes out a lot better. Nyla Rose. She can sit on Daddy's lap anytime. Oh my God, Bill. Stop that right now. Santina and Ortiz show up. Crazy. Andre, what is up? So yeah, and I think a lot of people assumed that Santana and Ortiz were going to come to AEW. But I said this for weeks. Not Santina. Santina. These guys are trying to do better for their families, their wives, their kids, supporting their families, whatever. And you can't fault them for wanting to chase their dream and go wherever, if someone's been in the indies for 10, 15, 20, whatever years, and their goal is to go in the WWE and they make it to the WWE, then damn, be happy for them. Don't assume that WWE is going to fuck them up. Yeah, they have. A lot of people, unfortunately. But man, if they're chasing their dream and they make it to where they want to go, shit, be happy for them. Now, that's not the case here, I think a lot of people wanted them to go to AEW and they ended up there. And the only reason why I said I think they're going to end up maybe going to NXT is because NXT, this is before the TV deal. I said all this before the TV deal. Before NXT went to Wednesday nights. I said NXT really does need tag teams. They really do. WWE would have fucked them up big time. Yeah, Could be. Could be, man. End up like another lucha house party, you know. What is Vince gonna do? Oh, let's call them the frickin' Ricans. You know what? You know what's who else are they gonna bastardize as far as where they're from? You know. So yeah, man, it's just, and I'm probably gonna do a special on this somewhere between now and TV. I'm gonna do a special on um the Mexicools. Yeah, I've talked about that too. That's hilarious. Um, Mexicools. Damn. That's crazy. Um, and I like the Mexicools. I miss those guys. Like I said, but when they showed up on the lawnmower, I didn't know what the hell that was. I didn't realize that was a thing. People hire Mexicans to mow lawns. I had no clue what the hell that was. I didn't know that until my ex mother-in-law moved into a condo, and all of a sudden I see a bunch of Mexicans mowing lawns, and I'm like, huh, son of a bitch, that is a thing. Hey, I didn't hire them. Don't look at me. I just thought it was funny. Um, Hardworking sons of bitches. What are you going to do? Um, but yeah, all in all, stoked for Santana Ortiz. Oh, I was going to say, sometime between now and when all the new TV things happen this fall, I'll do a special on here talking about who do you think has the best tag team division. And I'll go through like company by company and say who's all there and whatever. And I'm sure we're going to find out some more surprises between now and then as far as new faces showing up in NXT too. Don't be surprised, man, because NXT is now their third brand. They're doing TV. They're going big time, you know. They're going to have more than just two tag teams doing shit on a regular basis, like Undisputed and Street Profits. Oh no, Street Profits just lost the tag team championship, so they're going to the main roster, I guess. Whatever. But yeah, I'll do a thing on that. It's going to be a lot of fun because that's one thing that AEW is really doing right, and they're doing tag team wrestling right, in my opinion. You may not dig all the teams, but damn, great variety of teams, ton of talent, great match times, all that shit. WWE's watering down the product. Ric Flair, aren't you under contract? How could you do that? Oh goodness. Then they advertise Full Gear is a pay-per-view. So, and that's going to be after like the first month of TV after they hit TNT. Full Gear, which I thought was funny. November 9th, Baltimore. Don't know when tickets are going to go on sale for that, but if you are in the Baltimore area, which is just right outside DC, I think. Yeah, and I think they said they're going to end up doing like 4 pay-per-views a year. And I knew they said there was, the rumors were that they were going to have one more at the end of the year. So there you go. They haven't even hit TV yet, and they got a pay-per-view out there. So, well, now they got to book it. But they'll set up some storylines leading into television. Just keep an eye on the YouTubes. They'll do it. At least 4. Yeah, they don't want to overdo it. That makes sense. Chicago gets this and Bound for Glory. Yeah, I'm still hoping to go to Bound for Glory. I haven't on my ticket yet, but I'm working on it. plus MLW has a pay-per-view in November. Yeah, they got their company's growing too. I'm gonna get back into talking about them probably next week. We'll do a little catch-up video or something. A little bit. So yeah, Full Gear, November 9th, Baltimore, pay-per-view. Then the AEW World Championship match. Oh my goodness. Hangman Page versus Chris Jericho. This if Punk was gonna come out, I thought for sure it was gonna be during this. And I was like, okay. And I kind of had the feeling like JR did. His money was on Chris Jericho, but his heart was with Hangman Page. And yeah, I kind of felt the same way. I wanted Hangman Page to really make his mark in this company, but it's not his time, you know. But I think Chris Jericho still made him in this match. He still kicked ass, did a tremendous job. It was still one of the best matches of the evening. Chris Jericho even bled a little, yeah, or a lot, depending on how you look at it. You know, his face cut him, same spot that Hangman got busted open at the last show. So that little justice there, storytelling, I like it, you know. Andre, I see you're doing comments. I'll read them all later. I'll go through some when I'm done talking about this, okay? Not ignoring you. I missed a few in there. But yeah, this match, holy cow. They went balls out. They really did. I feel like the match before took a little air out of the place, you know? Like maybe they should have had a different match on before this. Like, you know, I would have moved a couple things around. The show itself was tremendous, you know? Hey, thanks, Willie. Appreciate it. Thanks for the sub. What else was I going to say? I don't know. I mean, they really, you know, they kicked out of each other's finisher. They told a great story in the ring. Hangman looked great out there. I mean, they really. It was a great way to end the evening, you know. And I really wanted, excuse me, I really wanted Chris to win. I felt like Chris winning this was the right thing to do. But I also had that inkling in the back of my head with that interview that Adam Page had with JR. You know, he leans forward. He goes, "I'll do anything to win that." And I was like, okay, that's interesting right there. You know, then your wheels start turning. And I was like, okay, maybe he's going to use some of the nefarious means to win, you know. That's where the interference comes in. But it didn't happen. So whatever. It didn't happen. Like I said in my last video, I was talking about, you know, CM Punk showing up. I'm like, hey, I hope he shows up. If he doesn't, oh well. Life goes on. It's okay. Orlo says, I was hoping that the horse would shit on the ramp and Jericho would fall in. I went to the bathroom quick right at the beginning of Adam Page's entrance. So I missed the horse thing. I saw it in the replay like afterwards. Or not the replay. I was just quick going through social media right before I went live. Oh, excuse me. And I saw a clip of it. And I was like, oh my God, he actually did come out and do some, what did he say? Cowboy shit? That was funny. All right, let me go up in the Comments real quick. I'm the dirtiest player in the game. Glad it didn't go to WWE. Okay. Oh, Andre, you said you got footage of a 65-year-old Lenny Poffo doing a moonsault off the top rope last night. Oh my God. Was that up in Canada? That's insane. WWE would have, okay. Worldwide. Yeah, right. James St. Patrick says, I'm sure Killer Cross and Johnny Impact will be next to go to AEW. Yeah, probably. But I don't want to assume nothing. Killer Cross definitely has his place picked out, it sounds like. He said in that last interview that I shared on social media, the one on WrestleZone, he said, he said something to the effect of, he's like, I got my place picked out and people aren't going to like it. That's interesting. That's interesting. So you can assume what you want. You can assume, oh, that means he's going to the WWE. Wherever he goes, he's going to take Scarlett with him. I think we have to assume that for now. Is Killer Cross still in Impact Wrestling? He's technically yes, but they're just letting his contract play out. They're not booking him. He had some other stuff going on recently too, some family stuff, which is why he wasn't at some of the tapings. I don't know all the details, but I know that much. Women's War Game in November. If you're a tag team, go to AEW. If you're a woman, join the Knockouts. Yeah, the Knockouts is tremendous. I just think they need to beef up their roster. I haven't watched the last Impact Wrestling. I'll be watching that and reviewing that with the guys probably Monday night. Remember Mexican America in Impact Wrestling? Oh, man, I don't. That's really fuzzy. I mean, I recognize the name, but I don't remember who was in it. WWE owns the rights to War Games now. Yeah, they worked it out with MLW. MLW probably sold it to them for a pretty price. At least that's what I heard. Andre says, one thing I don't see too many people talking about is a ridiculous amount of botches throughout the night. Definitely something that they're going to have to tweak before October 2nd. I didn't notice too many. I saw a few hiccups in some of the matches, but I mean, I didn't really notice. Whatever they did, they corrected, right away, and everything flowed okay. It was all right. I don't think anybody got hurt because of any of them, other than that one dive, like I was talking about with Nick Jackson, when he bulleted through the table and he clipped the rope. That's not how that was supposed to happen. I'm assuming he was supposed to let both tables break his fall. And that crash was just, oh my God, it was ugly. Probably one of the worst spots, ugliest spots of the evening that just made you, ooh, cringe. Ric Flair watering down the product. Oh, you're going to get in trouble, Rick. War Chambers, a pay-per-view name. Oh, MLW? Yeah. MLW Impact, I believe, does 4 a year now. Yeah, I think they do. Yeah. Yeah, they toned it back a lot, and they just work them up to the big ones now. They brought back Victory Road. That's cool. I think that's an Impact Plus show, so that's cool. It's nice they brought that name back. You picked Chris Jericho to win the match? Yeah, same here. Ric Flair says Jericho versus Punk is going to be a mega draw. Well, they already, had their shit in WWE, but it's on a different level now. I'm sure it could happen. Punk would have to actually show up though and make a deal. He's pretty happy with what he's doing, you know. He's just living off of his interest of millions he made. He's making some movies. Talked about that a couple videos ago. Go check that out. Pretty stoked about that. Some sick horse shit. Horror shit, not horse shit. You were hoping the horse would mule kick. Oh, critical sting. Just heel tonight. Too funny. All right. We're going to get out of here. It's late. I'm tired. Getting up early to go to breakfast. Go see my daughter. Take my son out there. Go visit her before she goes back to school next week. She's starting her second year of college, and my son is starting 8th grade. These kids, I tell you, they just don't stop growing up, do they? Crazy. So as we get out of here, I want to thank you all for tuning in so late. For me, I'm sorry I don't have a little more energy than I usually do. It's been a long weekend. A lot of stuff going on. But damn, had to buy this. I knew it was going to be a blast. Loved it. Hopefully you loved it too. If you loved it, you're digging the content here as well. Don't forget to smash that like button and smash that sub button and ring that bell for notifications like Ric Flair did so that you know when more of my content hits your screen. And if you want to really support the product, I don't talk about this enough, there is a merch, a link for merch in the description. Go get yourself some Smash This Podcast tees. It's at a good price too. Won't break your bank. So take care, folks. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll be back sometime early next week to catch up on some MLW. We will review Impact Wrestling with the boys over on Total Nonstop Impact Podcast. And, talk about some other stuff. Heard there's some new signings in Impact Wrestling, too. We might do a thing on that over here on Smash for that. So take care, folks. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you down the road real soon.